Oh, it's about 2 minutes past 4. Just gone over the bridge, turned left down the path, and we're off. You can just see the peaks ahead of me, Cader Idris, etc. And I'm just going to take a nice bimbling slow pace. I have plenty of time, so no rush, no need to kill myself. Sunset isn't till about 8, 8:15, so plenty of time. And just enjoy the walk. So, very well signposted. Again, you can see the path, rocky and bumpy. Which isn't too bad on the way up. I've done this a few times over the years. I did it July last year, I think it was. Something like that. Boiling hot day. It was a really nice walk up. And I went up and down in a day. But going up and down in a day was a bit awkward. So there you go. Cader Idris race winner with a record time of 1 hour 25, Saturday the 5th of June 1993. Tragically killed climbing 6th of June 1993. Stone was laid in his memory. Makes it a bit slippy going up places like this in the rain. He says you can just hear him slipping on something there. But as I said, we're not in a rush. I have to concentrate going up now. Talk to you later. Local wildlife. Little lamb just in the corner there. A couple of lambs actually kicking about. Just be a bit quiet as I go past, not to disturb mums. And basically we just keep going up. We start from the up and we keep basically going up until we get to the top. As daft as that sounds. Oh, look at that view. We've come down from the valley. You just see the sun on the mountains in the distance there. Come to a gate, and obviously we're going to go through it. Oops. There we go. Give it a tug, make sure it's done. Oh, absolutely stunning. It's just gorgeous landscape. Absolutely gorgeous. No matter where you go in the UK, I think you can tell where you are by looking at the landscape. Looking at the lay of the land, the rocks. And I know if you've got geologists out there, you'll agree with me, you'll be able to tell perhaps. But from a lay person like me, I could pretty much have a damn good guess. 75–80% guess. Give me a picture of an upland area, mountain area, and I'll tell you where it is. I'm sort of looking forward to thinking about getting up on the summit and camping up there, if that's the case. I can feel a little bit of perspiration in the air. Perspiration? Is that sweat? Another word. Rain. Droplets of rain. So I'm going to crack on a little bit, keep zigzagging away, and come back to you later. So you can possibly see the weather behind me is looking a little bit dodgier. So what I'm going to do is just stop here, relatively flat bit, put the big camera away, take the GoPro out of its media case and just carry it standard and put a waterproof on. So back to the Rab Alpine Kinetic, guys. Oh, well, it sort of stopped raining and it was precipitation, not perspiration, guys. But very, very steep climb ahead. Up to there and along. Gorgeous there, isn't it? Hopefully it stays like that, but you never know. And there's a couple of people on there, so I don't think I'll be alone camping tonight, but that's okay. Bit of chat, that kind of thing. See who else is there. Possibly know them in one of the Facebook groups. Oh, not really sure what the volume is going to be like on this, so I'll just leave you with me plodding along. Right, so this section, it's a little bit rough coming up, so just be very careful, because there's lots of little mini rock slides and the land is starting to slide away on the right hand side, and it's a nasty fall if you get there. And although I carry all of the stuff, tourniquets, Israeli bandages, full first aid kit, that kind of thing, it's actually better not to put yourself in that place, that situation in the first place. Oh, that's really the worst of it done. That bit, it's just a bugger on the feet, it's all shale. But there is a bit of snow up here. But the views, oh my God, the views. Look at them. And you can see the sea just over there. And in case you didn't know, that's Westish. I'm hoping, well, I should be, to be perfectly honest, on the top for sunrise, sunset. Whew. Da, 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 da. Important. Please refrain from building stone cairns. Fair point. Always a bit dangerous going up these, especially in the rain, so give it a shake, it's absolutely fine. And I'll go up front, down front. Right. Just a slow plod now up this shale. Gets a bit worse, more of a scramble. Don't know whether it's my age, but I'm much better on the flat at tabbing than I am going uphill. Hey ho. Chat to you later, guys and girls. Oh, bit of heavy breathing. We're now on to this horrible little stuff here. And you sort of follow the cairns on the right hand side, or the pile of stones rather than cairns, because you're not supposed to build cairns. And they're there to help you follow the path. And I'm not doing too bad, to be honest, for time, but this is an absolute ankle breaker. Stopped raining, so it's good, but this stuff requires a lot of concentration to figure out where you're going to go, where you're going to put your feet. It is so easy to slip and break an ankle, twist an ankle, fall, hurt yourself. And my philosophy is always about self-help, self-rescue. Because if I do hurt myself and I can get in touch with Mountain Rescue, it might take them a couple of hours to get up here. Always supposing that the weather's good enough they may get a chopper in, depending on how bad I tell them I am. But I really would prefer not to do that. So that's why I carry the kit, that's why I take my time, that's why I assess the risks, and why I'm always very careful. Always walk within my abilities, not the abilities of somebody else, and certainly not within the capabilities of any equipment I buy. That gives a false sense of security, you're buying the best, the latest, the greatest, the most expensive 50-mile-an-hour winds, tent, etc, etc. But if you don't have the skills, knowledge and experience to help yourself if something goes wrong, that 300, 400, 500, maybe it's £1,000, £1,200 tent is pigging useless. Oh, right, I'm going to go back to concentrating now. There we go, the end is in sight. Whew. Bit of a gentle upward slope at the minute, rather than a very steep, or sometimes seems like 50, 60 degree slopes. So I get a bit of a speed on. Does look like they've got a tent up there. Don't know whether you can see, but you can just see the sun glinting off the trig point there. Looks gorgeous. I love this. Gives me so much time to think about me, my own mental health, get my own problems. Oh, there's a shadow. Hello. Get my own problems sorted out. So I like taking other people up on these walks. I'm just going to turn around to get that sun because it's gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful countryside. Oh, if this was Yorkshire, I'd feel well at home, because obviously Yorkshire's God's own country. Wales is a damned close second in my opinion though. Nearly there. First patches of snow. Let's just go to the ridge, because this is one goddamn gorgeous view. Oh my god, that is outrageous. That's where I've got to go. Follow that snow ridge line all the way at the top, not too far. Ah, that's where I was originally going to camp. Anyway, I'm not going to stop because it is getting a bit chilly. Let's crack on. Thankfully there's no wind because I didn't put the microphones etc back on. But now, final bit of a scramble. Still plenty of snow. Well, plenty of large snow patches I should say. Bit of a scramble as I said up here. Nothing too serious. Just take your time. Which way you're putting your feet. Check any handholds. And then we're at the top, the trig point. So I'm going to put you away till I'm a bit closer and I'll see you up there. And there it is. Last final push. Oh, just watch yourself on the rocks. Done it. Let me just check the time. 18:10, 2 hours 10 minutes to get up here. Quite chuffed with that. Whew. Gorgeous views. And that's probably where I'm going to camp. Oh, stunning. Absolutely stunning. Dreaming of the outdoors. Whew. Made it. Absolutely stunning views. See the sun behind me over there and just over there. So very, very little wind, which is really good. So I'm going to put the MSR somewhere over here. Lovely guy over there, and we are the only ones here. Sorry, I just got to turn around. I mean, it's just stunning. That is why you got to come up here, see those views. Perfect. Absolutely goddamn gorgeous. So anyway, I'm not going to film me putting the MSR up because I've only got 20% of battery, and I think it'll take me a little bit longer than that to sort it out. But should all be good. Very, very little wind. Where's the sun? There we go. Yeah, very, very little wind, so everything should be good. Chat to you later. All set up. MSR Hubba Hubba 2. Top of Cader Idris. Absolutely gorgeous. Got a couple of mountain bikers on the top summit there. You see that sunset? Oh God, that is to die for. You can't beat it, can you? Fantastic. Oh, drop the camera. Just turn into the sun a little bit. Oh, so 2 hours 10 to get to the top. Really rather chuffed with that. Might have done it a little bit quicker if I wasn't carrying 30 pounds. And I didn't stop to do some video. But what the hell? It's not a race, is it? One of the things I really do love as a photographer is at times like this, and you look down, and I don't think you'll be able to see it on the video, but all of the contours, the shape of the land because of the light hitting it. You get the light, the shadows. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Oh, it's just fabulous to be up here. That is a fantastic view. That sun's just going down there. Absolutely gorgeous. 823 metres, 2,929 feet for the American people, or old people. Getting a little bit chilly now, so I'm glad I brought a decent sleeping bag. It's the Thermarest Questar -6 or 20F Fahrenheit for the Americans. Coupled with a Neo Air X-Lite, that's it. And a really cheap down quilt from Amazon that I'm going to have a bit of a play with. Much better than the Sea to Summit Reactor that I tried last weekend on the Brecons and froze my tits off. This is why you spend all of those hours in the office and you get out on a weekend to do stuff like this. That is absolutely stunning. Now I'm going to hazard a guess, as soon as that's actually gone down, the temperature is going to drop. Probably -2, 3, 4. A little bit further towards 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully I'll be nice and toasty warm. Yes, it's a long walk back down to the bloody car if it's not. So, all packed up, that's where I was. Sun's well up, it's about 20 past 7. took my time, and I'm just going to sit down and have breakfast just near the hut. But what an absolutely gorgeous morning. Thank you, sun gods. So today on the menu we have another tent meals, high energy health, berry burst breakfast. 500 calories in this porridge, 250 to 320 mils of boiling water. So I'm going to put 250 mils of boiling water in, and that should be hot to trot. So I'll bring you back when the water's on the boil and see if we've got anything else to say. So that took a little bit of doing. Nice and hot. And I'm using my foil packets again. So I'm going to pour the water into here and then take this foil packet home and reuse it. Just plonk it there. Not too bad, and I'm hoping I've got enough water for this. Possibly not. Might have to boil some more water. I used the trick of using this to check the water, although it didn't say. So yeah, I definitely think I need more water. So back to boiling more water. A little bit of a 180. That's over towards the coast. It's absolutely fabulous to be the only person on the mountain. Everything's mixing in my Mylar bag. Let's just have a look inside. Oh, quite tough. Yeah, that looks okay to be eaten, to be perfectly honest. Give it another mix with a spoon and I'll crack on, have breakfast, finish my cup of tea and walk back down. Right, on the way back, just left the summit. You can just see the trig point there. Frozen ground. Still going to have to be a bit careful with the footfall, mind, because of the rocks. They're all ankle breakers, but essentially I'm following that ridge line right the way down over there somewhere ish, possibly. You can hear the snow crunching under my feet. But God, the views are just absolutely amazing. I just cannot get over them. No matter how many mountains I do, no matter how much walking I do, when you've got a day like this, why the hell do you want to be anywhere else in the world apart from on a mountain in the UK? It's stunning. Oh, absolutely stunning. 360 degrees. You can see, well, you can see to the horizon. So I think at sea level the horizon is about 24 miles, something like that. So God knows how many miles, 50, 60 plus to get around here. It's gorgeous. Right, I'm going to sack it while I go down this scramble because it looks a little bit icy. Just about there. So I'll pick you back up later. So we're on this rocky, horrible road again. I've already jarred my knee and the back coming down. It's horrendous. You've really got to be careful of where you put your feet. Ankle breakers, ankle twisters everywhere. Knee benders, whatever you want to call them. It's quite bloody painful at times. I'm so glad I've got my good boots on, my Mandel bootons, rather than the regattas. The regattas are really nice and lightweight, but the sole is very thin and very flexible, and they don't offer as much support. And that was one of the reasons I used these boots. There you go, can you? I don't know whether you can see them. There you go. Use these boots rather than the regattas because of that extra support, stability, because I knew what the rocks would be like, especially coming up here, and mountains in North Wales. It's a different terrain, it's a different geology. You just follow this till you get to that stile that I came over earlier, yesterday, and then you're on the zigzag path down back to the car park. And here we are back on the path. I'm not quite sure which one I prefer actually. Oh yes, actually. This is so much easier on the tootsies and the kneesies and the hipsies and the backsies. This is the kind of path where I want my lightweight regatta shoes, a little bit more flexibility. So, which way do you want to go? Do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? Do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? Well, I'm going to go over the stile, or the fence, or the gate. Oh, I didn't notice that before. How safe is that? That's the grid reference of this set of ladders, which is always very good, I suppose. That's excellent, that is. Why did I not notice that before? Anyway, yeah, let's go up it. Very gently. Squeeze the rucksack through. There we go. Oh, that's where we've been. Stunning, isn't it? Right. We're now on the pretty much steep, not steep, but steep downward path. Can you see it? Just up there. Big rocks, and that's where the zigzag parts start to come down. And that's where we've been. So, yeah, we're on a path parallel almost to the dry stone wall there. Still a rocky little path. So still need to be careful about where you put your feet. But it's a perfect day for walking, absolutely perfect. Still trying to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to do another mountain? Do I want to just do some lowland valley stuff? I don't know. The world is my oyster. Oh, we've got sheep as well. Probably thinking, who the hell is coming down at this time? Most people are going up. Oh, big rock. There we go. Right. Open that. And always make sure we shut it. There's nothing I can actually lock it with, to be honest, but anyway. Hello there, sheepies. Total look of disdain from them. We're not too far from the bottom. I'm just contemplating life in general. Still need to concentrate on some of these rocks. They are really quite dangerous if you're not careful where you put your feet, ankle breakers. And just thinking about some of the philosophy that I have about enjoying walks like this. And part of the enjoyment for me is in the planning stage. So you're getting the map out, you're getting the electronic maps out, you're planning the route, you're looking at the ground, you're looking at aerial photographs, because you can obviously get those on Google and OSGB mapping, and thinking, where can I camp, where's the best route for my abilities, and not just my abilities but the worthiness of the equipment that I've got. I'm not going to go out and buy a whole load of equipment that's going to cost me thousands, and I think I've already said this, if I don't have the skills, knowledge and experience to use it. It just gives a false sense of security, and that sort of fits my whole philosophy of self-help, whoops-a-daisy, self-rescue that I talk about, and the mental resilience that comes with knowing that you can keep yourself warm and safe if an accident happens, and potentially keep other people warm and safe if an accident happens. And that's very important for me, and I really do enjoy that. And so yes, I might take a little bit more kit, whoops-a-daisy, than other people. So rather than a few plasters perhaps, I'll take a full, pretty comprehensive first aid kit, a tourniquet, that's the blue thing on the left hand side of my rucksack. There's an Israeli compress bandage that's in there as well, in the top part. And I really hope I've never had to use those as a civvy. But you never quite know when you're doing stuff like this. It's so easy to fall and hurt yourself. And contentious comments coming out now. I think YouTube is responsible for many people getting outdoors and enjoying it, which is absolutely fabulous. But I also think YouTube is a danger sometimes with people bragging about, oh, I did a camp in a Lanshan 1 and it was 50-mile-an-hour winds and I was absolutely fine about it. Well, you know what? You may have been good like that. It may have been the way that you pitched the tent in a perfect spot that missed all of the wind. You may have had the experience to do that. Personally, I'd never take a Lanshan 1 and camp on the top of a mountain like that because I know what the weather system can do. Part of that planning for me was checking the mountain weather forecast almost religiously on an hourly basis because it changes that quick. And yes, I would have taken a different tent if the weather had been a little bit different and the wind had been a little bit worse. But as it is, it was good. And I found a nice spot, a sweet spot as it were, just below the summit, just past the little hut at Cader Idris, that was perfect for the tent, and it was an MSR. Pitched it so it wasn't side on to the wind, double pegged it, etc, etc, and it was fine. 12 to 15 mile an hour winds, not a problem. But if you're not that experienced, it's really easy to go out, buy your tent, put it up and think, yeah, it'll just withstand X, Y and Z wind temperatures, and they won't. Which means that you are putting yourself and others in danger. And I really feel strongly about that. So YouTube has an issue for me with encouraging people to go outdoors, which I really love and want them to, but also encouraging people to buy the lightest, the cheapest kit and expecting it to perform miracles, and then expecting them to have the skills, knowledge and experience just because they've bought a tent on a recommendation of a YouTuber. So yeah, quite a few things going on as I'm pondering down this mountain, really quite close to the car, so I'm going to stop it there. Not too far now, over the little bridge. Over a wobbly bridge, didn't notice that wobble. And there we go again, Will Ramsbottom, up and down in an hour and 25. Beats my up in 2 hours 10, hands down. Whew. It's going to be a warm day. Might have to get a little bit of a squaddy wash when I'm in the car. Get the tops off, get the wet wipes off. Hands, pits, bits. So that peak in the centre frame, that's where we've come from. And we're about to finish into the car park. And one wonders if the car is still there, if the car is in one piece. If it is in one piece, are all of the windows, etc. still there? And here we come, turn left into the car park. Try and keep out of the shadow. Cader Idris. Snowdonia National Park. Fabuloso.